So this is the user profile exercise that I do with all my clients before we get rocking on anything. And basically what we do is, this is a template. That's why this doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But once I get the person, then my design team actually stylizes this and puts the right, thumbnail picture to match the name. But basically what we do is we go through the demographic, the backstory, the symptoms, because I am the brand doctor. So there's got to be symptoms to your user profile's issues, which are really the felt need. What is happening in their life that makes them want to reach out to Kyle Lasota? Okay.
Yep.
And then there's the actual problem. There's the real root cause. And that's where you go deep. That's where the psychological stuff starts to, come up. Right. And then there's the goals and objectives. Like, what do they want out of their business? I don't think people spend enough time here. I think they just want, they see surface level stuff. Oh, click funnels. Ooh, I can make money. Ooh, let me sell anything. Right.
Yeah.
And then they sell $50,000 worth of stuff. They either get the bug and they go further and dig deep like Trey Llewellyn, or it bombs. And now they spent a whole bunch of money. Their confidence is devastated, and now they're just another, washed up or digital marketer that just spins his wheels because they're known for nothing.
Yep.
And they just had some semi success. And then there's the solution. The solution is what you physically provide them.
Yep.
What do you physically provide them? So basically what happens here is we need to find who it is and I do this 3 times. There's 3 different user profiles. So we develop 3 different user profiles. So we start with one, and then we'll see how far we can get with this call. All right. So we name these people. We don't name them clients that you currently have. It has to be somebody completely different. So you can name this person whoever you want starting now. And then we need to create an archetype for this person. So give me a name.
Okay, the name is going to be Eric Jorgensen or something.
You got me on that one, man.
Jorgensen. I don't know. Johnson. Let's just make it Eric Johnson.
It's a lot easier for me. All right. And so the archetype, obviously Tracy Worth was a hard ass, but who is Eric Johnson?
They are the visionary.
Okay. So how old is Eric?
Eric is between the ages of...
We need an age.
Oh, okay. He is... 35.
Okay. And what is he? What is his profession?
He is... He's a serial entrepreneur.
So he has no fucking focus. And he's a generalist. Okay. How much does he make a year?
He's making between $250,000 and $1 million.
Okay. Where does he live?
He lives in San Diego.
Okay. Is he married?
He's either in, yeah, he's
Does he have a kid?
Recently married, and
Kids?
no kids.
Okay. What kind of car does he drive?
He drives a BMW.
What kind?
Like a 5 Series. Yeah.
All right. What's he like to do?
He's he likes the finer things in life.
Okay.
So that's expensive restaurants with a nice view. That's
nice, expensive.
That's
Does he travel?
Yep, he travels a lot, taking nice, extravagant vacations.
Okay. My other question is he introverted, extroverted?
Super hyper extroverted.
Okay. Is he heavy on social media?
Yes, but there's an age gap. So he's putting out a lot of stuff on social media, but there's no like, he doesn't really know. Like he's like one of those guys who's in between, you know?
He's on social media with no real
idea of what he's doing.
Ideal presence, yeah. No real ideal presence.
Yeah.
It's like a nomad, digital nomad, or social media nomad. Okay. All right, that's good. That's a decent backstory there. Some of the bigger things is this, because then you start to get into his psyche. So he likes the finer things in life, travels a lot. He's hyper extroverted, which tells me he loves attention.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But when he's on social media, he's not. He loves the attention, but he's getting it from different places. He's getting it from maybe not necessarily the right places, and that's could be hurting his business. Right. So now there's a backstory to Eric, right? So like Tracy was in the fashion industry, and what happened to Tracy was she got married and had a kid, and she got out of the game, right? Now the kids are getting older, and she wants to get back in the game, right? So she wants to reignite her career, but she's lost because everything's changed. It's 8 years, right? So now she's looking for a guide to help her kind of relaunch herself. So what's going on with Eric?
Yeah. So Eric has had several businesses before, and he has been successful in the past. He has just created something that's starting to work. Like he's really catching traction with this thing online.
What is that thing?
It's an impact-focused business.
Created in.
Like he's found a real need in the marketplace, and he's also focused on like serving those people, right? Like he really wants to improve the quality of people's lives.
Okay, so impact-focused business and really wants to improve the quality of people's lives. Why?
For two reasons. The first reason is he wants the recognition and validation of being that guy who helps other people on a big level.
That helps people on that level.
And then at the same time, he really believes in the concept of legacy.
He believes in the concept of... Interesting. Okay.
And that fills him up, you know, that gives him juice. Yeah, and that fulfills him.
Okay. Excellent. All right, that's good. So okay, so what happened though in his life that like made him create this impact focused business?
I think it's like there's something to prove, like something like either his business fell apart in the past, or like he did something and he realized that it wasn't fulfilling. Like he sort of had like a come to Jesus moment. you know,
with himself,
or with God or with whatever, right? Like, it's just, he's realized that there's so much more than whatever he was doing. Like, it's almost like a quasi, like a quarter life crisis, you know?
Aha. Okay. This is what I need to know. He's experiencing a
well, I don't know if he is though, right? Like, it's more like, wait,
well, I like what you said. You said he has something to prove, but
yeah. You know what I've found is that oftentimes with these types of people, and just entrepreneurs in general, it's like a daddy issue.
Okay. So we can make that real.
Yeah.
His dad didn't really believe in him growing up. Wasn't very present. Maybe dad said, "You're never going to be anything." You won't amount to anything. Okay? Now that's a story. Pull that up. Okay. Okay, now symptoms. So something's going on in his life right now.
Yep.
And he feels the need to take action. But what's going on?
So right now he's scaling his business.
He's scaling his business, and okay.
And it's this feeling of like, he doesn't want to lose momentum.
And it's this feeling, that he doesn't, to lose momentum.
It's this also feeling of like more, like, okay, it's working.
Okay.
Now let's make it work more. Like, let's make it work better. Like, how can we get higher conversions? How can we increase like what we're doing? How can we put that?
He's proven a product or service that sells and wants to refine and sell more. Okay. That's a symptom. It's a felt need.
Yeah.
Okay. What else is a symptom? The felt need to take action.
He's doing a lot of comparing.
A
lot of comparing.
He's doing a lot of comparing.
Yeah, he sees what other people are doing and sees it working, and he wants to do it now.
And other people, to himself and other people that are successful, and he's wanting to have that same
result.
This is good stuff. Okay, what else? And that's a slippery slope, though, but I like it. I like it a lot. Any other symptoms? What's his present? What's his business presence look like right now? Does it look like it's
there, but it needs a lot of work.
Okay, his business presence online is there, but needs a lot of work.
Like he may have like iPhone videos like in his funnel or something like that. Or
his brand identity
is
poor.
And he hasn't told his story yet.
Okay. So the foundation. Okay. His story is still okay, and his story is still untold. It's great. I love it. Okay, the problem, the root cause. So
why is he feeling these symptoms?
Yep.
He's feeling these symptoms because he's insecure.
Okay, he's insecure. He's insecure about himself.
Yep. He's also vain.
He's very vain. Interesting. Okay. What else?
He lacks organization big time.
Okay.
He's like one of these people, they're like a doer, like we're taking lots of action, but we didn't set up the foundation in the beginning, right? We're just like putting out fires as we go along type of mentality, right?
This is juice and a half. What else is his root cause? You could go tit for tat. So when you look at the symptoms, right? His brand identity is part of his stories untold. Why is his story untold and his brand identity?
Oh, okay. So if we're looking at, he's scaling his business and he's feeling that he doesn't want to lose momentum.
Right.
And we'll put that in lack of organization.
Okay, that's fine. It doesn't need to be next to each other.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. So he's proven a product or service that sells and he wants to refine and sell more.
Yeah.
So the root cause of that is that's insecurity too.
Yep, that's cool.
He's doing a lot of comparing, but just insecure.
Yep.
His business presence online is there, but needs a lot of work. That's lack of organization. Yep. And he's an action taker, but never built a solid foundation. Yep. His business, his brand identity is poor, and his story is still untold. That's
something new.
What do you think that is?
I think, well, it has he's afraid. And again, this is a little insecurity, but he's afraid to be, vulnerable. He's afraid that people will look at him differently. Right.
Yeah.
He's afraid. So there's this fear of revealing his true self.
It's also a scarcity thing too. Like if he was really clear on his brand identity, then he'd have to start saying no to certain things.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because it wouldn't align.
Right. So I'm just trying to, how do we put that in words?
Yeah. Actually, wait. No, that's the thing though. He wants to tell his story.
Yep.
He hasn't had
okay. You can change this.
Yeah.
He wants to tell his story.
Yeah, because he wants people to see, right?
Yep. He wants to tell a story, but doesn't
know how.
Yeah. There you go. Perfect.
Yeah.
Doesn't know how to articulate it.
Yeah.
Okay. Those are good. So those are some good root issue problems for him.
Yep.
All right, let me save this. Now, what's his name? Eric Johnson. Now, what does he want?
Oh, this is great. He wants to be the expert.
Okay.
And he wants to people to see him as the expert.
Okay.
He really wants to give back from a real place of just contributing.
What else?
He wants to build an empire.
What else? Deep stuff. Think about it.
Okay. What does he really want? Yeah, why does he want that stuff? He wants to feel like he's enough and like he's loved.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to feel like his life has meaning.
Okay.
He like, because he doesn't have a family already, like he's married or about to be married, but he plans on having a family. So
Right.
He really wants to create a safety net and create like just a good life for his family. He wants to provide.
Uh-huh. Great stuff. This is good stuff. It's good. Good. Now,
Perfect.
Now what we do is, what do we provide him?
What do we provide? We give him a stage.
Okay. We provide the stage to do what?
For him to be recognized as the leader, the success, the expert.
So, yeah. All right, provide this. Okay. And then how do we do that?
By telling his story.
By producing.
Mm-hmm.
Via video, right?
Yep.
Okay. That's how specific I need this to be.
Mm-hmm.
What else do we do? Hold on 1 second. It's my wife.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So, what else?
We provide them with leverage.
How?
The way I think about it is like, okay, time is of the essence, right? Like time is the only asset that we can right, that we really can control, and what we want to control is time, is the resource, right? So what this service does is it allows them to get a lot of time, right? They'll never ever have to tell their story ever again, and it will be perfect, and it will never be able to be told in such a perfect way, right? Like I can never retell my story as good as I did on that video that I shared with you, right? That's as good as it gets. And so now I can leverage that. I never, like, there's so many utilities for it.
Save time. Trying to produce their story, We provide them leverage by helping them save time, because that's what we're doing. We're providing them leverage by helping them save time. I just got when
it doesn't sound very compelling when it's written like
right,
that,
but it's powerful. So I'm just trying to figure out how to write it. So your leverage, you're providing the leverage. You're essentially saving them time. So I'm
giving them their life back. Is what I'm doing. Literally, they get so much of their life back by having this out there, right? Imagine all the time that you would have to spend either telling your story, like on a one-on-one call, right? Imagine all the time when people are trying to figure out who you are, right? And all the business that would have been or could have been lost based on how people receive that story. And so instead of you going out there and trying to find new business is just finding you because you put your story out there in a real way that attracts the right people. So like, I mean, it's actually unmeasurable how much time it really does save, but it's probably insane, like the actual amount.
I get it.
But that's not even the most compelling part. I mean, I think the most compelling, like what we're providing is, we're providing them with the missing link in their business. And what I mean by that is they could have this amazing organization. They could have all their social media. They could have their lead generation. They could have their sales funnel. They could have the perfect copy. They could have, the most amazing product, but no one will ever understand any of that if the story isn't told. You still there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got sidetracked.
No worries. We're also providing them with certainty.
Certainty.
Because there's a couple of reasons. Number one, they're unorganized, right? So because they're unorganized, they don't actually truly know what their story even is. And they don't even know how they're communicating to the people. Like, so they're already generating between $250 and $1 million, but they don't, like, it's almost like they're not even sure what the message is that's bringing people in.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's just such a shotgun approach. It's a very shotgun approach to building a business. Yeah, they're doing good, but it's like a hamster wheel. It's like, there's no real substance to it. That's what I get. That's the impression I get from these digital marketers or these serial entrepreneurs. And that's why I don't invest in their products or service, because I don't feel anything Okay. I don't feel they're just doing it for the money.
Yeah.
However, Eric seems like he might be a bro.
Yeah.
Right? He's a potential bro, but because I don't know his story, he's a money hungry, get rich quick digital marketing loser.
Yeah.
So when you give them the clarity, right? You provide by giving them, you're providing certainty by giving them clarity, by helping them. You said something on our other call. By helping them articulate their story and their why.
Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, that's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge.
And it's like, maybe I've painted I don't know if I've painted, like, now that we're having this discussion, I'm like, oh, wow. It's not even, I guess it's just why people come to me, right? And maybe it's because I haven't had clarity on it, right? Yeah.
And so this is why this phase of diagnosis is so important when I build brands for people, because this just scratches the surface of what.
Of course.
You do.
Like to me already, like I'm thinking in my head, like, these are the types of people that I have worked with. Like I was just thinking about who have been the best people to work with, right? And regardless of what their business was or not, it was just like who they were. It's like, oh, this person's like me, right? So there's a lot of affinity, and it's really easy to work with these types of people because they just let me do my thing. And it's like, they don't tell me, there's no micromanagement. They're like, do your thing. They pay me in full upfront. And they're really fun to be around. They're really good on camera, and they feel that they're making a difference in the world. So it's like that sort of, I don't know if does that sound like the person that we've just described?
Yeah. What I'm focused, my head's still on the solution.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is, like, what we put down here doesn't impact me to the point where I'm like, I gotta buy this guy.
Yeah.
Like, I need this guy on my team.
Yeah.
I don't get that with this.
Yeah, neither do I.
All right. So that's sort of where I'm thinking we need to go a little deeper. So I'll give you a quick example. I was introduced to somebody from a client, and it was a Facebook message. I was tagged in it, and he said, so-and-so, meet Henry. He's the one who helped me rebrand myself and help me find my purpose. And on top of that, he is a phenomenal marketer and has really helped me take this rebrand and position it to help me generate more revenue and help me grow this thing way bigger than I ever imagined. And he's given me the guidance and the strategy and all of this to do that. Now, I was like, I never described myself that way.
Yeah.
Right? But the big kicker was help me find my purpose. And I never wrapped that into my marketing or my messaging ever.
Yeah.
Until that experience. And so what would you pay for that? If somebody could help you articulate your purpose so that it attracts the right client. What's that worth? And so that's a powerful move right there.
Yeah, it is.
And that's exactly what I do.
Yeah.
Right. I've never been clear with that. And so now I am, and it's completely changed the game. And so there's hundreds and thousands of entrepreneurs out there that are dying and they're going out of business by the day.
Yeah.
They don't know what their purpose is. I was on a phone call this morning with my buddy's neighbor who does basically what I do, but he's like, it's like that old saying, the cobbler's kids have no shoes. So he's been busy like building brands for other people, but he hasn't built his own.
Yeah.
And now he's old. Now he's not old. He's 45, but he's at a crossroads now because all the business is dried up, and he doesn't know what to do. And he's reaching out to me going, you know, my neighbor said you were a pretty good guy, and like you know you're pretty successful. Like where am I going wrong? Clearly there's something blocking my ability to get new business. So I looked at his website. It was cookie cutter. It was bland. It was vanilla. It was the typical website. Website. And you know, listen, people pay me top dollar to give them strategy and prescriptions, right? And honestly, I wanted to help this guy so bad and just give him the fish that he was trying to fish for.
Yeah.
But instead, I helped him out even more, and I said to myself, teach this guy how to fish. Don't give him the fish. So I asked him the series of questions, and I got him so deep. He said, I don't even know if I want to do this anymore. And I said, that there, my friend, might be your block. I got to go. Talk to you soon. And I got off the phone.
Whoa.
That's the importance of really understanding why the fuck you're doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Right? And you said it before.
Yes.
You said he's an action taker, but they didn't build a solid foundation. I raise my hand. I'm guilty of that.
Yeah.
But I've spent the past 5 years really building that foundation. And it was like what you said on our last call. You said, you know, when all that shit went down, when you and that Jeremy guy, like I wanted to dig deeper. I watched your videos. I listened. I dug deeper into you. I wanted to know if that was true about you. Mm-hmm. And then I realized that it wasn't. Just because of two and two didn't make four. What he was saying and what I was hearing and seeing was completely different. That's brand reputation. That's brand management. That's brand identity. If I didn't have that, you would have believed him. So now I think back and I say, how about all the other businesses out there that might be getting talked shit on, and they don't have that identity, management, and reputation to back them up? They're toast. When all that shit was going down, dude, I had a guy PM me and said, Jeremy did this to me 1.5 years ago. I wasn't as profound as you, so I hid for 1.5 years and didn't come out of hiding until it all blew over.
Whoa.
And I said, I am so sorry that happened to you. I'm so sorry that you lost 1.5 years of your life because you didn't have. Now this wasn't a client or a prospect. This was a guy that saw the shit that was going down.
Yeah.
Just reached out to me and said, this guy fucking did this to me 1.5 years ago, but I didn't have nearly the reputation you had, and I was fucked.
Wow, you know what, man? You know what I just realized?
Shoot.
This is powerful. I think I'm glad you're recording this because this is important. So like, we wouldn't be having this conversation if that shit didn't go down. Mm-hmm. Right? So it's actually the best PR and marketing campaign you could do for yourself. Not that you should set yourself up for conflict or for failure or for, you know, just disagreements or whatever, but like because of that, we're now having a chat, and I bet, I don't know, but I would be willing to fucking bet that you got a lot of business out of that, or at least a lot of conversations.
I mean, it went viral, if you will, and it was interesting to watch my community and my following destroy the negativity. It brought me to tears. At the end of the day, I sat here and cried because it made me feel loved. And it made me feel at a time where I was being defamed that I was more than enough.
Yeah, bro.
And those people and those responses and that helped me through. And another thing positive that it did was it made me look at my business and look at some of the, I don't want to call them deficiencies, but maybe some gaps that I could easily have filled. And one was having having a case study presence, right? And having everything documented. If you go to my YouTube channel, dude, the amount of content that I produced since that incident to today, I count, I don't know, there's got to be 50 or 60 videos.
Yeah.
Right? I've documented every strategy call, every call, internal call with my team, everything is documented, and it's on my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Right now my focus is to get more people onto that channel, because now you really get to see how Henry works.
Yep.
Right. And so people are like, oh, well, like, show me a testimony. Like, people are talking about testimonials. I'm like, go to my fucking YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Right. And you'll get the whole deal. And so that was a positive too, that came out of it. I was like, I need to document all my shit. And I got to show people how I work with clients, and what the value, and let the audience decide whether or not I'm going to help them or not. Right? It's about them. It's not about me.
No.
So that's all the time that I got today. I gotta take 5 minutes because I got the nanny set up my. So let me just stop recording.